Next has been out for almost 2 days now, and HS3play.net already has some good stats for us to look at. We're not seeing too many of the new cards make the cut, but the ones that do are absolutely warping the meta right now. If you're serious about Hearthstone and you find videos like this helpful, definitely consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. And also don't forget you can hire me for some Hearthstone coaching. Now let's get into the meta report.
You are not prepared!
This is not gonna be the typical top 5 meta report I give you guys, because we don't really have that much stats just yet, but still we can look at what are the best performers so far. As you can see, Evolve Shaman is at the first spot and it's not even close. From Diamond to Legend is the best performer, in Top 1000 Legend it's also at the top, and in Just Legend the situation is similar. From Diamond to Legend we can also see Unholy Death Knight doing fairly well, and it's using the new location they got, and also Imp Warlock is also using the new Imp card they received, which also works for Murlocs. Looking at the actual decks from Diamond to Legend, it is obvious that Evolve Shaman is totally crushing it right now. Basically any variant of Evolve Shaman is gonna get you very good results. And if you wanna check out the deck in detail, you can check out my Evolve Shaman guide with gameplay from the first hours of the new expansion. We were using Drakuru, which does seem to be decently good, but the deck might actually be still working better without it, because that basically just gave you a high roll over the high roll. Given the fact how much Evolve Shamans you're gonna be facing, it might actually be a good idea to slap in a single cold storage in there as well, so you can be able to freeze those big boys, and also that way you might even be able to get an extra copy of a large man you can cheat out with your Shadowhunter Vol'jin. But obviously be careful with this card, because you also might get punished freezing something mediocre, and that way your Vol'jin pulls that mediocre thing instead. If you don't have that much legendaries, you might try that variant with Sea Giants. But actually it looks like my exact variant is the third best performer with a decent sample size too. Yep, that's me alright. Fun! So yeah, it seems like the Drakuru variant definitely is working well, but if you're missing all of those legendaries, you can just try the Sea Giant variant instead. Another deck that is doing very well is Unholy Death Knight, because the new locations fit in very well into it. You don't even need to destroy undeads with this, you can do it on anything, as long as it's a friendly. So that is gonna help you cheat out extra stats on the board and maybe get extra death rattles from chickens and whatnot. Seems like also Big Spell Mage is doing fine so far, without really using any of the new cards. Same can be said for Dragon Paladin, which is kinda weird because it wasn't really a deck that was performing that well beforehand, and this one's actually using Kazakhstan too. Phylactery Warlock is still crushing it, even though that's kinda weird because Evolve Shaman is one of its hardest matchups, so I'm not really sure how reliable these stats are exactly. Seems like Fell Demon Hunter is still doing fairly well, Frost DK as well with the new location again. Aggro Mage is also fine without any of the new cards, but we also have Pure Paladin with the new Goldwing as well as the Purator, so that might be an interesting new variant of a deck you might try out. Quest Priest also seems to be working very well, given the fact it's gonna be pretty good against Evolve Shaman shenanigans. And it does seem like Undead Priest also has decent stats so far, even though the sample size is not too big. Thief Rogue also looks like it's still able to scam some wins. We can also see Rainbow Death Knight with the new Colossal in here. And there's also this new Thaddeus Warlock, which does look pretty weird. It does have decent win rates, but I'm not sure it's gonna stick around that long, because maybe it's getting these wins because people still don't know what they're playing against. But it's definitely one of the more creative decks out there right now, including things like Darkon Drafir, the new War Rider as well, Thaddeus, and also Plague Eruption. Ram Druid seems to be back on the menu, and it's actually kinda weird, but I really thought that Blood Death Knight would be a lot higher, given the fact it's super amazing against Evolve Shamans most of the time, because you have so much both single and big scale removal against them, but maybe they're not facing that many Evolve Shamans just yet, I don't know. When we switch over to by class on the meta tab, we can also see all of the archetypes for each individual class, so we can better understand what's doing well so far. But I'm really not sure how accurate these stats are, but it's still interesting for you guys to look at it. Here from a glance of an eye we can see what are the better performing classes, and as you see Death Knight is not bad, Mage is also doing well, Paladin too, obviously Evolve Shaman is killing it, and we also have Imp and Curse Warlock doing fairly well, as well as Undead Priest. But these are aggregated stats, and I'm not really sure how accurate they are, especially for only a couple of days from Return of Naxxramas, so there's that. And when we switch over to the popularity tab, you can also see that, again, Evolve Shaman is killing it. Both Unholy and Blood Death Knight are also very popular. The Stadius Warlock also seems pretty popular, as well as Thief Rogue, Undead Priest, and Frost Death Knight. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope this helps you figure out what the meta is right now. I will definitely be doing a more in-depth top 5 soon, when we have a little bit more stats, but until then, this should do. Thanks for watching, I'm Kris05, and I'll see you in my next video, or stream.